Hey, Grilling with Rich fans. We're here in New York City at the Kingsford Invitational 3rd Annual, and I'm here with my great friend Tuffy. Tuffy.
Hey, Rich. Good to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're here in New York City. How do you feel?
Well, first of all, you know, being up here in New York City on Pier 26 and the backdrop, I mean, everywhere you look, it's incredible. You know, getting qualified to cook for the Kingsford Invitational was pretty special in itself. But how do I feel?
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking, I got Chris Lilly right over there. I got Robbie Rule on the other side of me from Rescue Smokers. He won season 5 of BBQ Pitmasters. Chris, I stopped counting how many world championships he got. But anyways, you know, there's a slew of great pitmasters here. And there's a lot at stake. I mean, it's $50,000 winner-take-all cash prize. And, you know, I'm sure everybody today brought their A game.
So tell me a little bit about what meat do you think you did the best with this year?
You know, we the pork entry this year was pick your own pork.
Okay.
And originally I was going to cook a shoulder. I don't have a pit that's big enough to cook a whole hog. And, but anyways, so I was going to cook shoulder or pork butt. And then I remembered my results from cooking Kingsford Invitational last year, and my ribs did really well, and they did well for me at the Invitational and at the Open at the Jack. I was like, well, maybe I should cook ribs. My worry was to cook ribs against Lily's shoulders and 2 whole hogs was going to be I mean, you're going to have a pretty incredible rib here to do well, but I like the ribs. I thought they were good. I put 5 on 5 in the box. Cooked St. Louis cut spares. I felt like the texture was good. I thought the flavor was good. Chicken, you know, when I did a taster for I turned in chicken thighs, and I always take a bite, see how that skin is, and see how the flavor is, see if it needs any tweaking. And the taster was like, wow, this is really good. I think I'm gonna tweak the taste a little bit, but the moisture, bite through skin, it was really good. The box looked good. The ones I tasted after I built the box weren't quite as good as that taster I had. So, but I still wasn't disappointed. And then, you know, last turn in of the day was brisket, good burn-ins, good slices, nice looking box. So I got a feeling all my neighbors are probably saying the same about their cook and probably feeling really good about it. And it's up to those judges over there, and they're really good pitmasters in their own right. So we're gonna have to be perfect.
How does people from the backyard take their barbecue up to this level? What are some, like, maybe 1 or 2 tips that you can give backyard barbecue enthusiasts?
I think, you know, some of these might seem so basic, but I think the first thing that a backyard barbecuer needs to do is realize that some of these tougher cuts of meat take a long time to get done. And I think there's this tendency when you first do it the first time that's got to be done by now. And you know, thermometers are good, but as you cook more, you'll develop a feel. And when that thermometer and that probe slides in easy, and you'll just be able to feel the difference. So that's a good tip, to give it enough time. Realize it's going to take a long time. Other thing is, I'm a big fan of with a lot of these small backyard pits. Wrapping can be very helpful. It'll shield the smoke after you've got 4 or 5 hours of smoke on a butt or a brisket. On most pits, most little pits, that's probably enough. So when it's got that beautiful mahogany brown color, you know, spritz it with some water, spritz it with some apple juice, give it a little bit of moisture, and take some insulated gloves and put it in foil and wrap it or butcher paper. And continue to cook it until it's tender. You know, that's, you know this is the Texas crutch. There's another name for it, but that's a helpful tool, or a helpful method. As far as some of my little tricks, I like to keep some moisture in the pit during the cooking process. You know, if you're cooking butts or brisket, you know, it can be anywhere from 8 to 14-hour cook. And so going to the hardware store and getting a spray bottle, you know, whether it's water or high quality apple juice or, you know, pineapple juice, whatever it is you're going to do, just spritzing occasionally and keeping some moisture on that meat during the product. You know, some of your smaller pits, you might benefit by putting a water pan in there and helping that environment get a little humid. I'm rambling now. I'm giving you more stuff than you probably need.
No, it's fine. So people can find all these great tips. I heard that you're doing a cooking school, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we, you know, it's rich. back in '07, we were fortunate enough to be the KCBS Team of the Year, and I had guys back then that were saying, "Tuffy, when are you going to teach class? When are you going to teach class?" And I was like, "I'm not going to teach a class because it's tough to get a call out there these days."
Yeah.
So you got to keep your tricks, and then we had a really good run in 2013 and 2014, and I had a lot of people expressing an interest in this class again, and it's just by coincidence I had this building that I wasn't using for anything, and so I was like, all right, I had a renter, they're gone, maybe it's time to teach. Here's what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that we've been so blessed on the circuit and so fortunate with some of the days that we've had that I think I've had a shift. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to win when I go out and cook, but I've had so much good fortune that I think I'm willing. I think I got to the point now where I'm comfortable to share. And so I did this first class. I built out a really nice space, spent way too much money on it. And we had nice food and had about, I don't know, 44 people or something like that.
Awesome.
The first class. And it was intimidating, had some really good cooks there. And so you're always nervous when you're teaching somebody who really knows how to cook good barbecue. And I let it all hang out. And that was foreign to people, they say, all right, I want your recipe. And that's great. I gave them my recipe. I gave them my chicken brine, I gave them my chicken rub, I gave them my sauce, I gave them my presentation. I did that with ribs, I did it with pork, and I did it with brisket. And that's important. But what I really brought that I felt was more valuable than that was harder to give up on, or more foreign to give up on, was my processes. You know, what I do when I'm transitioning from warm weather to cold weather, what I do when, the wind's blowing, what I do when my meat's not getting done, how do I strategize, all these things that, I've said it a lot in the past, but it's all in how you handle catastrophes, and it happens in cooking,
Yeah.
We have these days where, meat doesn't want to cooperate, pit doesn't want to cooperate, and so it was a lot of my methods and processes and techniques and thinking and strategies and mental mindset that I really laid out there that was a little odd for me to do for the first time, but it turned out good. I think everybody was happy.
Very cool. So good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
You're a big fan of us, and we're a big fan of you.
Yeah.
So we'll hope to hear your
I love grilling with Rich. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And appreciate being able to talk to you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Enjoy your day in New York.
I
need
will.
it. Thanks, Rich.